What's up, Aquarius? Let's see what the next 48 hours looks like for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Aquarius placements. Well, that jumped out. All right, you guys start off. The card that jumped out, the Strength card. Okay, some of you guys really need this in the next 48. You also have the Knight of Swords. You've got Temperance. You could be dealing with the Strength, you could be dealing with Leo. You could also be dealing with Sagittarius. Also Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then Two of Swords here. At the bottom, you have the Death card. Death and transformation. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or have this placement. I do feel like you guys right now are experiencing some sort of death of an ego. Okay, an ego death. Okay, a lot of you guys right now, you're about to be, what are they saying? Sorry guys, I can't talk. It's this Mercury retrograde. I don't think we're in it yet. Anyways, you're about to be thrusted into a new cycle, okay? I do feel like this cycle is going to be something completely brand new. Something that you didn't expect, but in the most positive way possible, okay? A lot of you guys are going to have to make sacrifices. A lot of you guys are sacrificing. A lot of you guys are going to have to move away. You're going to have to, there's just something here about earning your right to be in this next cycle. Okay, so it's like you're going to have to do something. It feels like initiation. Okay, you're going to have to show the universe, God, source, spirit, whatever you believe in, that you believe in them. Okay, so you're going to have to throw caution to the wind in order for this next part of your chapter to work out for you in the best possible way. Now, this could require you to just be so freaking like happy-go-lucky, and that's not something you're used to, right? You're like, I want to be realistic, but there's just something here that you're just gonna have to throw caution to the wind, okay? So that may not make sense now, but I feel like as time goes on here, I feel like by Leo season, you'll understand what I mean. Because I feel like by Virgo season, a lot of you guys are not going to be where you're at. I feel like, this could be new positions at work. This could be a new location. This could be in a new relationship. This is like a new version of you. So again, death and ascension, right? So I do feel like if you guys are feeling like things are falling apart, if you're feeling like you're not feeling like yourself, if you're feeling like weird changes, that's the universe preparing you for this next cycle. And like I said, you're gonna have to sacrifice something in order to initiate to this next level, but it's going to be worth it, okay? Let's go ahead and pull a joke card and see what you might be going through. It says, what sits at the bottom of the sea and twitches? A nervous wreck. Yeah, you guys could be nervous about this, okay? Maybe me telling you or how I'm describing this, you're like, what the hell does that mean? What do I need to sacrifice, right? And again, it's going to be different for all of you, okay? Only you know where you are in your journeys. Only you know what you can sacrifice, what you could afford to lose at this time, okay? Is probably the best way to put that. I do feel like some of you guys are scared to get to the next level, right? Some of you guys, there's people that are scared to fail and there's people that are scared to succeed. But it's like you can't have one without the other, unfortunately. Okay, so a lot of people, they do fail their way to the top. A lot of you guys could be nervous right now about making changes. You're nervous about having to walk away from that relationship, walking away from that good job, walking, into something new, the unknown. You're like, I have no freaking clue. Like, what am I doing? Am I messing up my life? I just sold my house. I just got divorced. you know what I mean? So it's like big life changes are coming in for you guys, but you have to have faith that it's all for the betterment of you, especially if you've been wanting to make these changes, especially if you've been wanting to experience the best that life has to offer. That doesn't come without sacrifice, okay? So keep that in mind. So a lot of you guys could also be nervous about an interview, maybe about a test or a recertification you have to take. Some of you guys have to give some sort of presentation or some sort of speech, okay? I'm hearing nobody ever got ahead by sitting on their behinds. So again, if you guys are procrastinating on something, now's your time to get up and go towards it. Because again, it's like, it's going to be worth it, okay? So don't sit on yourselves at this point. The Strength card, Leo. I feel like the next 48 hours, some of you guys are going back to the gym. Some of you guys are focusing on your health and fitness, okay? You guys could have fallen off there for a minute, but I feel like you're ready to get back on the wagon. You're ready to get these things going. I do feel like you guys are going to be feeling really good after. I feel like there's a revitalization. It just feels good when you sweat, So I do feel like with whatever this is, you guys are going to be feeling like on top of the world in the next 48. You're going to feel like you're finally getting it together, okay? Some of you guys, you are going to have to keep something to yourself here. Okay, somebody, you could develop an opinion about somebody, but you're being guided not to tell them. You could be developing some sort of idea here. You're being guided not to tell anybody. You could even be guided to move or do something different. You're guided not to tell anybody, okay? So if something comes about in the next 48 hours where you're like, oh, I kind of want to, don't. Just don't is what I'm hearing, okay? Knight of Swords, you could be busy. I feel like you're going here, you're going there. You're being invited places here in the next 48. Maybe you're not used to this, okay? A lot of you guys, you're just used to your schedule, your routine, but it just feels like in the next 48, it's like you're opening yourselves up to different things, okay? So you could be finally saying yes instead of saying no. So I do feel like your schedule becomes a little busier in the next 48 because you're allowing the energy to just kind of play out and, you know, try some new things, get out of the house a little bit, okay? Temperance, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. I do feel like you guys could be patiently waiting on something, or you've been patiently waiting on something here, okay? Something comes in a lot quicker than what you anticipated. With that Knight of Swords to the Temperance, it's like you didn't even really have time to be patient for something here. Something could happen in the next 48 hours where it is going to require you to be patient, but your patience runs out quickly. Okay, so just be mindful how you respond to certain situations in the next 48 hours, because I feel like you're doing more damage than what you need to if you just kind of respond instead of stop and think. That's what the swords are here for, right? So make sure that you're stopping to think about your next move, about what you're about to say, because you're better off just kind of keeping something to yourself, all right? If you've been patiently waiting on like a package, a message, a yes or a no, you're going to get your answers here in the next 48 hours, okay? I'm hearing I don't have your answers. So I don't have your yes or no. I don't know is what they're telling me. Someone else does, okay? But you're getting that. You're going to have to be patient. Two of Swords, you could be in your head about something. Should I stay or should I go? And again, this is about patience, right? A lot of you guys, this is about being patient with yourself in the next 48 hours. Maybe you're like, damn, like, why do I move so slow? Why am I moving so quickly? Why am I? So be patient with yourselves in the next 48 hours, okay? I do feel like whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're contemplating, it is worth kind of keeping to yourself and trying to develop a genuine response for yourself versus having external input. Okay, you don't need people to put their 2 cents in on whatever this is. If you guys are feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you need to move, if you're feeling like, just do what you need to do to get your answers before you start putting it out there and allowing other people to kind of steer you in the wrong direction. Because this is all about you going into this death and transformation, right? This is about your ascension. If you let other people tell you and dictate you, you're only going to delay that. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully it resonates. Hopefully it helps. And I will catch you guys in the next one.